Look at the beautiful truck. Very nice truck. Very nice. The last year for this unicorn. 65,000 miles on it. The first time the check engine light has ever been on. Coming back. Coming back. Well, we have a 2002 Mercury Grand Marquis here, and this is one of the subscribers on the channel. It came all the way from Indiana to drop this off. It's taking me a little bit now. I spent a little bit extra time on his car because it's one of the subscribers on the channel, and I wanted to get to the bottom of this. So here's what I found. I raised the vehicle up, and I checked for power and ground at both solenoids in the rear. Both solenoids, they have constant power, but when you check for power, unplug both of them. Don't leave them plugged in because it will feed through the motor and come back out the other side. You'll have power on both pins, and you'll think something's going on, and that's not how the system works. So lift the vehicle up, unplug the two connectors, one connector on each bag underneath, test for power, and you'll get constant power, one on one pin, one on the other pin. And then what you do is you take a back probe pin and you pin the one that doesn't have power, and you give it ground. And you'll hear the solenoids click. They actually click and they actually work. So then what I did was I was like, okay, I've got good solenoids on my bags. So then I came up here and I checked my connector here. And I was like, huh, this is weird. I've got power on one side, which is my red and blue wire here. It's on the side, the red and blue, or orange and blue. And on the other side I got ground, but it's intermittent. It's acting like the ground's cutting out on it. Like it's just, something's really weird about the ground on this thing. But I wonder if I could make the pump turn on. So then I supplied ground to the other side. I back probed it with it plugged in, and the pump turned on. I said, oh, okay, we got business. This is good. This is real good. So our pump works. And I thought to myself, huh, let me check the lines going to the back of the car. So I undid the connector here at the pump, and I supplied my own air going back. And there's an air line at the back as well. And I took the air line out of the right bag. I pushed the yellow collar in, or the orange collar in, and I wiggled it and pulled and wiggled and pulled and got pissed off 1,000 times. Finally, the air line came out. I came up here and I blew shop air through the line, and just like multiple other ones, I had debris in the line. I heard it go, thump, and it popped a couple times and it shot debris out of the line back there on the floor. So I cleared out the line, no problem. Then what do? I come over here, I pull my relay. I pull my relay out, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, huh, why don't I have ground on my 86 leg? I got power going into it, but I have no ground coming out of it. So I look under here, and I'm like, let me figure out where I got. So I got a dark blue and yellow wire right here, which is my ground for this pin. I ain't got no ground on that. That's weird. Why don't I have any ground? Where does that come from? So I go to the wiring diagram, and I work my way into the vehicle in here. I'm like, okay, let's get in here. I have my suspension control module back here, my ROS module, right? And I'm like, huh, let me check and see if I got ground coming out of that module. And I did not have ground coming out of that module. It's not supplying the ground. Okay, so I'm looking here at this pin. Which is I got my blue and yellow pin here, back probed. I said, well, technically the car's running, the vehicle, the switch in the trunk is in the on position. Why am I getting power on my ground circuit at my module? And then I was like, oh, wait a second, okay, wait a second. with my compressor unplugged, I kept going like this, supplying ground, and I was like, oh, there it is. My relay's clicking up there. So then I was like, okay, let's go back out here. Let's go to our compressor. That's plugged in, that's plugged in. Mind you, the back of this car was all the way down on the wheels right here, right? So I'm looking up here. Let's see what I got here. Air suspension compressor assembly, vent solenoid to air suspension module. Pink, that's how you vent it off. Air suspension module to right rear solenoid, tan and white. Okay, so there's tan and white for the right rear, and then the left rear is brown and pink. And then dark blue and yellow is for the relay control. So those are my 3 grounds. Tan and white, brown and pink, and dark blue and yellow. So then I come in here and I'm like, oh, there's my tan and white wire up there, up top. But I'm supposed to have ground there. I'm not supposed to have power. Okay, so what if we went in there and just gave both of them ground and see what happens? So I hear my compressor running right now. I'm giving it ground. I feel like the back is going up right now. Yep, it is raising. You watching? Both sides though. Feedback. All right. Both sides went up, right? Or only one side?
It doesn't go up as fast as this side, but it goes up a little bit.
So now it's up?
It's a lot closer though, to being level.
See, what's going on is it's sharing the ground back there because they go through both motors. So even though each individual one's got ground, it's feeding back through each other and airing up the vehicle. See, the compressor's still going up there. Now watch what happens when I take off this ground. Watch. It stops. Why do I feel like... So, and I made sure I checked for corrosion and stuff here in the switch as well. The switch was good. So it needs an air suspension module. Hey. No, fuck. You measure from the center up to the wheel arch. What's he doing? Oh, that's to do for the lifts? By the way, for the ground to the top of the wheel arch. Dead center. Yep.
30.
All right, let's go to the other side. Say a little higher on that side?
Yeah, because it was 30 exactly.
On the other side?
Yes.
All right, so let me go look at... Let me go look. Hey, go more to the middle. Right there.
That's about the same.
About the same?
Yeah.
And the check air suspension is still on, even though... Well, we need an air suspension module to start. to even go anywhere else, you need an air suspension module. So I was able to get the module for the customer with no markup for like 82 bucks. It's got like a 90-day warranty, so we'll see. They're all like aftermarket refurbished modules and stuff that come from like companies that buy up a bunch of scrap at scrap yards and resolder the boards and stuff, whatever it may be. But it's on the way. It's diagnosed, not a repair yet. But there ain't no suspension leaks, it's still aired up. And before anybody asks, oh man, did you make sure the ground was good to the module? Because if the module ain't got ground, it ain't going to be able to supply the ground back to the airbags. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pin 6, the big black cable, had ground because it was supplying power to everything. And a module needs power and ground in order to supply power to the rest of the stuff as well. Well, actually, now that I think about it, the module only supplies power. Ground is supplied by, I believe ground is, maybe the module does supply power too. Power and ground? I think the airbags might be fused. Because it says power gets supplied from the module and it's grounded out. Yeah, module does supply the power as well. And it did, because remember we seen V power on left rear solenoid, right rear solenoid, and then it showed on the other side grounding it back out. Yep. Thought I was gonna have to apologize and say sorry, but now I can go back to my Did you make sure there was the ground at the module? So, yeah, it was there. Believe you me, it was there. Module's done. It's cooked. It's no good. No good. It's a no good, okay? It's a no good. Done. No working no more. So, I got the module on the way, and I messaged the seller, and I said I would be willing to pay extra to get it faster because it says it doesn't look like it may be here until the 21st, and I really don't want to wait that long. It says 21st latest. Anyway. Hope y'all have a great night. Be blessed. I'm going to be driving up to Michigan. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the morning or if I'm going to do it sometime. I mean, Wisconsin. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the morning or sometime tonight. Do some fishing for the next 2 days, and then maybe I'll leave early in the morning. I'll leave like 6. Nah. I'll leave like 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up at like 4 and go. That sounds better than leaving it right now and driving straight up there. I really don't want to do that through all the traffic. Tomorrow there ain't going to be that much traffic at 4:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I'll leave in the morning. I'll leave it tonight. But, be blessed. Do something nice for somebody. Don't be mean. Say something nice. Hold the door. Pay somebody a compliment. Just don't be hateful. Being hateful sucks. Just don't do it. Be kind. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all.